So update on Novonix. Nothing really brand new in this presentation, though it is good to read over to reconfirm that this is a battery company. Money from petrol will be going into batteries, because in the long term it's going to be a lot better. We've got to have a car that's not going to break down so much because there's less moving parts. So you buy the battery once, charge it from the sun, and away we go. So the money from petrol is going to flow in to companies like these. And this company does have very smart brains at the reins. So this is 52-week low and high. This was around battery day. Yes, it would have been good to sell out and buy back in, but who was to know it was going to come back down? Since Tesla just goes up and up, I was thinking the same thing. And you'd have to pay taxes anyway, so... Anyway, so highlights. There's the content, sorry. So coming down. Revenue, $4.3 million. So I see this revenue going easily over $1 billion in the next 5 to 10 years. So keep that in mind. Cash available, $33 million. So no debt. Liabilities, sorry, $8 million. Total assets, $75 million. Cash available, $33 million. So Novonix builds these things to test batteries. So instead of waiting years for results, you just wait weeks, and they can test their own batteries on this straight up, so they know what they're doing. They can know what the best thing to use is in each condition, and then that's what they'll aim towards. So Novonix knows batteries. It sells us things that test them, and it's going to start building their own batteries. I see them building their graphites, and they are working on synthetic graphite, but just know they also have a little mine in Australia for natural graphite as well, but they're probably not using that for good reason. So look into Novonix. They do have a little graphite mine in Australia as well. Now they're going to synthetic graphite, and they know the reason why, because it's better for long life, long cycle applications. So first contracted supplier, so they're the biggest supplier in the US. Well, they're the only one so far, and Trump got voted out. He was just going to use US and not China. Who knows what Biden's going to do. So anyway, scrolling down, business plan. They raised capital, so they got money in the bank, repaid all debt, funding for pure graphite phase 1, 2,000 tons per annum. And if you look at the ramp up, pretty sure this goes to 50,000 tons per annum. I'll put that on the screen in a second, how many tons per annum they're going towards in 2030. It goes incrementally up from 2,000, I think 25,000 to 50,000 in, or maybe it was 100,000 in 2030. I'll put that on the screen when I get the slide. So anyway, sign first sales contract, 500 tons with Samsung. So Samsung going to get it, make sure it's all right, but Novonix have already tested it on their machines and they know it's fine, so they've sent it away. Samsung will gobble that up, put it into their products, and away we go. So battery technology solutions, strong revenue growth, expanded team and customer base, patent application filings around graphite, silicon composites, dry particle. And don't think Novonix doesn't know about adding silicon to the battery, because they do. So here's some growth. As we all know, it's going to happen because it's going to be cheaper to own an electric car. Everyone's moving towards that to become more efficient at building an electric car, and the end result is better for the world and also for your pocket once all the prices come down. Moving along. That's right, all the money from petrol flowing into getting reused for this different energy source called a lithium ion battery, made with nickel, graphite, and lithium, and the other things you see here. copper, aluminium, manganese, cobalt. You can do it without cobalt, and you also could do it without nickel, having a iron phosphate battery. It's heavier but cheaper. So moving along, million mile battery. So remember, when they build these computers with robots driving around, we're not going to have to drive. They're going to have these computers driving around these wheels, picking us up, dropping us off, and they're going to want those to last for years and years. So they're going to want to use pure graphite, and Novonix knows this. So long life anodes, long life cathodes, long life electrolytes. Novonix is put all together to create a superior battery, and even Tesla creates their own. Novonix can do it as well, and they can compete with Tesla and make a lot of money. And if you didn't know, Sanyo and Panasonic are part of the same company, so they're supplying Tesla. So Novonix will supply Panasonic / Sanyo, who will then supply Tesla, and Novonix can supply anyone else they want as well. So what are they doing? Here's their battery test. So that's a million mile battery, and their battery, due to their research, surpasses it. So you probably don't even need a million miles, but they'll give it to you anyway. Pure graphite activity. So where are they now? Cell mass production at Samsung SDI. Pure graphite material scheduled to commence April 2021. So I think that's for 2,000 tons. Next steps is evaluation of production line, materials moving towards commercial contract negotiation. So basically they're gonna make sure it works and then make lots of it and make lots of money. So you could invest in Bunnings, get a 3% return, have the share price go up with inflation, and get you 3%, which is probably not much above inflation with Bunnings because it's a good business. Or you could invest in Novonix, and due to their earnings going to increase, you get 10 times your money. In my opinion, maybe 5 to 10, but it's quite a good price now. It's probably glad for anyone who didn't buy in. It's came back down from those highs, and you can get it at a decent price. So update on cathode development update. Pilot scale cathode equipment. So remember, in the video that I said they were going to 5 to 7 times, it was just based on their graphite, not the cathode. So the graphite goes in the anode, the nickel, etc. goes in the cathode. So they can make lots of money there, and they'll probably make these things themselves. Novonix batteries. They could become as big as Panasonic. How big is Panasonic? Well, they make other things, don't they? $2.7 trillion Japanese. Well, I don't know how big they are exactly. You can look that up, but they're big. So Novonix, I think, is around 500 million market cap. I don't think this shows up in Google. So sub 400 million market cap for Novonix, and they could grow to 1 billion, 2 billion, probably between 5 and 10 billion. And remember, it can't look good now, and then all of a sudden it looks really good for Novonix, and boom. So it's actually up $10,000 on Novonix, and I've come back down to just being up a little bit, but that's okay because I wasn't going to sell that anyway. So here's the 2022, 2025 was 25,000 tons a year. That's the outlook. So as I've stated in many times, they're slowly increasing, going to build big factories, get everything done right, and there's not a huge price tag to get on board this ship. So Tesla, they're going places, but the price tag to get on board is quite huge. Novonix, the price tag, it's decent. So as an investment, the probably risk to return could be better with Novonix. Perhaps not, I don't know. Definitely worth 10% of your portfolio. I'll leave it at that.